I'm your host with the most, Locum23, joining me for Red Carpet Diaries, Chapter 7, Desert Dreaming. Your first day on set was, well, disastrous. But a lot of practice and a few hours with your script before your bed has left you feeling more confident about today. When you arrive at the studio, the set looks bare. You spot Tisha standing off to one side. Aren't we filming today? You've got me. Markus called last night and told me we didn't need to rework the set after all. Which should have meant I finally got a chance to sleep, but instead I spent the night wondering what new torture he's devised for us. Soon, Victoria and Matt show up, and the crew stands around unsure what to do. Finally, Markus strides onto the set. He stares at each of you in turn. I have spent the night thinking, wandering my mental palace. Oh, there are many rooms inside, holding many soup bowls, each of them storing the broth of secret knowledge. Okay, hold on, I gotta focus. These thought journeys have led me to the main source of difficulty on this film. If he would have said course, I'm done. Jessica, do you know what that source is? Communication issues? It's probably just because I came to the production late, but I know I felt a little in the dark yesterday. Ugh, you Americans always believe more talking will solve the problem. That's because we never talk enough. Not more talking, just better understanding. So we can better realize your vision, I mean. Markus inclines his head briefly. No. This is not the true root of the parasitical cancer eating away at my vision. But it is more insightful than expected. Thanks? Markus starts striding around the small circle of cast and crew, looking at each of you in turn. The further I roamed in my mind last night, the less I heard the ghastly cries of the plebeian thought. My vision rang out true and clear. You're saying we should spend time alone so we can understand it like you did? Precisely no, you bundle of muscles. The power of my vision requires me to hover above the scene like a man who controls the puppets. A puppet master? No. The term I'm looking for is godlike puppet operationist. Oh man, I'll tell you. But you actors whose art is lower and more animal in nature, filled with feelings and gestures and smells. Smells? You must make the connections. Could you imagine just standing there dealing with this guy? And you have to. Keep that in mind. When it comes to a director, you have to. So what do you think, Markus? Should they run lines together for a few days before we start shooting? This is not enough. All of you are filled with hesitation, with self. So you want us to get rid of ourselves? Yes, this is correct. Destroy the self. There is only one way this can be done. By pouring gasoline on myself and setting myself on fire? I swear to God, if he says trust falls... You must journey to the desert. You will all visit Joshua Tree Park today and eliminate which separates your souls from one another, and therefore from achieving my vision. You will be as atoms. You will bond. Are there any questions? I should have gave this guy Professor Fasca's voice, but this is actually pretty good. Who all is bonding? Victoria and Matt are the brightest lights in the pantheon I am creating. They must, of course, make this journey. So I'm not going. No. You too will go. You, Jessica, are the dimmest of these lights. You must hope to be made brighter by your time with them. Wow. How, confidence-inspiring. Yes, I am too confident that their superior skills might help you. Tisha, of course, will supervise. What now? If you feel you must stay to direct more set construction, I suppose I can send a more junior. No, don't do that. I mean, I wouldn't want anything to go wrong with your new plan. I should definitely go. Markus clamps his hands together briskly. Then it is decided. Go, now, to the desert, to the desolation of thyself. He makes a shooing motion at you all and strides off the set. Well, I guess you heard the man. I heard him, yes. Thought I'm pretty sure all I heard was cautionary tale about hallucinogenic abuse. You say potato. Either way, we should probably get going if we want to catch any daylight hours. What does everyone need before heading out? Will there be Wi-Fi there? No. If I have to play tag-along with the farce, I want to at least get some pictogram fodder. I'll make sure to bring something you can tether to. Can we snag some food before craft services before we go? I have a feeling the takeout in the middle of a desert might be lacking. Done. Jessica, any last requests? All I want is a triple espresso. Oh, really? You think I can face whatever this is without caffeine? You're a stronger woman than I. Actually, when you put it that way... She waves her arms towards one of the assistants scurrying around set. 2 triple espressos, please. He runs off to get your coffees. See, Jessica? You have nothing to worry about. You're problem-solving already. Tisha nudges you playfully, then turns around towards the group, hands on her hips. Alright, can everyone be ready in an hour? You can pack light, we'll handle accommodations. Sounds good. Fine. Oh, and Jessica, didn't you tell me you know a limo driver? Would you mind giving him a call to see if he's available on short notice? Of course. Great. We'll meet back here. Matt and Victoria head off to gather the things they'll need for an overnight in the desert. You pull out your phone and call Seth. Hey, Jessica. What do I owe the pleasure? You're not gonna believe this, but I have to go to a retreat in the desert. It's a long story. It's been a hell of a week. That sounds, well, honestly, it sounds ridiculous. But I'm sorry things aren't going well. Don't worry, I'll live. Or die of dehydration if Joshua Tree National Park. One or the other. Both reasonable alternatives. I wanted to ask, do you think you could drive us? It would be a paying job. We're just trying to lock down last-minute transportation. He just sighs heavily behind you. Which isn't all that easy to do, believe it or not. I believe it. Because as much as I wish I could say yes, I'm already on a job. I'm currently on my way to pick up Beverly Hills' premier previewer of lip, cheek, and butt enhancement fillers. Now who's ridiculous? Seriously? I have to praise, not chatty. I'll send all of my good vibes. I should get going. I'm almost at his place. Good luck today, Jessica. I'm sure you'll figure something out. I'll call you tomorrow. We need to catch up. Oh, and remember, if you do get lost, just eat a cactus. Or drink a cactus. Something about a cactus. Yeah, it's because inside cactus has water. Thanks, Seth. I'll make sure to cactus a cactus. You hang up the phone. That sounded like a no. Sorry, he's already on a job. Well, I suppose I'll figure something out. Don't any of you have cars? Or bicycles or anything? I mean, really? She grimmaces and rushes off. You leave to gather up your things. This is why I have a bike. Because if you don't have a mode of transportation, you hop on that sucker and you run. When you get back to the set, Tisha's waiting outside. An oversized white van. Seriously? If you can find a limousine willing to drive nearly 4 hours on an hour's notice, Victoria, feel free to book it. If not, please enjoy the comforts of Econoline and your personal chauffeur, me. Victoria folds her arms across her chest and reluctantly climbs into the van. Matt works his way to the plush bench seat all the way in the back, and I'll sit with... Okay, I kind of like Tisha. I mean, I like Matt, too. I figure you ladies want to see Matt. Alright, let's go. You crawl between the bucket seats where Victoria's sitting, ignoring her stare. Is the seat taken? I was saving it. Oh, okay. For you, obviously. When we can get a head start on becoming like atoms. By which I mean I can split those Twizzlers you're packing. I suppose if it's for the sake of Markus's vision. Tisha drives off the lot and starts weaving her way out of Los Angeles. After a couple hours, the urban sprawl starts to thin. Mountains rise to either side of you. Artificial greenery of lawns and palm trees gives way to miles of desert in every direction. We're getting close now. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty. Like, yes, the desert's not enjoyable, but it's pretty nonetheless. I like nature. That's why. And finally, you make your way to the park's entrance. Tisha drives a few more miles to the secluded area ringed around the stunning rock formations. A few rustic outbuildings are clustered in one side. Further down the road, you see a long, low building. Otherwise, there are no signs of life. Alright, this is the place Markus picked out. Why should he care where we bond? It looks pretty desert-y in every direction to me. He somehow managed to get this campsite closed off to anyone but us. He just swings your arms wildly, taking in everything you can see for miles in every direction. The desert is empty. Seriously? Obviously the tabloids have no interest in you, Jessica, but some of us would prefer to do this thing in privacy. Oh, right. Yeah, because I'm sure the tabloids wouldn't want to come out in the desert to watch you, right? You're so famous and spectacular. Tisha pulls out a sheet of paper and starts scanning it. Alright, Tisha, what team-building nonsense does Markus have in store for us? According to his directions, you're supposed to start by performing the Joshua Tree as one. What the... some kind of dance? No, I guess he wants you guys to act like a tree, I think? According to his suggestions here. Though it would be impressive from a creative standpoint to do otherwise, I suggest Matt act as the trunk. And then we what exactly? Become the branches. Apparently you'll learn to work better together? This might as well be the most degrading thing I've ever had to do for a movie. Didn't you make out with a mannequin of Linnell and Soviet Serenade? I stand by my statement. Now, are you ready for the camera, Tisha? I want to get this over with. Tisha aims her phone and gives you all a thumbs up. Matt squats down until his thighs are parallel to the ground. Ready when you are, or whenever you are. Victoria takes a step towards him. I agree with make a plan. What if we both step up at the same time? What, like a two-bit circus act? Victoria at least give it a chance. She rolls her eyes and makes a show of listening to you. Actually, I think it makes perfect sense. The activity is supposed to be about bonding, after all. If we're bound together from the start, I'm sure we'll be able to balance better. It's worth a try, I guess. Matt squats down. The two of you take your place on either side of his legs. Hold my hand. We'll go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You both step up at the same time, balancing yourselves with one hand on each of Matt's shoulders. You poor sir. You wobble slightly, but you can feel which way Victoria is pulling and compensate accordingly. Soon you're balanced. You grin and let go of each other's hands. Ta-da! You made a tree on your first try. I honestly can't believe that worked. I honestly can't believe there's no music for this. Like a banjo in the background going... Tisha snaps a picture and you both climb down. Okay, let's see what's next here. Tisha frowns at the sheet. Please tell me it's not Trust Falls. No, it's shared sensory experiences. Ooh, if you've ever been with Native American tribes, you know what this is. That sounds like it could be fun, maybe. So, do you want to put on the blindfold and let Victoria lead you through the cactus patch, or vice versa? What now? What? Lord help us. I'll lead Jessica. Does that work for you, Jessica? Oh, we're coming out with pinpricks, aren't we? Let's go. You stumble through the makeshift obstacle course, pricking yourself on several cactuses, stumbling to your knees in the desert sand just as at the end. You pull off the blindfold, grimacing. I think the whole desert was in my mouth. Oh, whoops. Guess it's a good thing Markus is directing the movie instead of me, huh? After all of you take turns at the blind obstacle course, Tisha returns to the sheet. Next up, affirmations of strength. Like, saying each other's best qualities? That's a great idea. I think Markus might have misunderstood something. He drew a picture of... But that can't be right. We don't even have a pit of hot... A van pulls up nearby and two beefy men get out and start unloading it. Oh, looks like hot coal pit Markus ordered is right on time. Oh, you have to walk on hot coals. Whoo! And preheated? Workers dig a trench in the sand and maneuver the tray of glowing red coals into it. At least it's not that big. Looks like it's just a couple steps, then a couple more, and... So, any volunteers to go first? Matt, you're an action star. Yeah, but I mean hot coals. Oh, for God's sakes, I'll go. Well, okay. Not another word, Victoria slips off her shoes and effortlessly walks lightly across the coals. How'd you do that? You'd be amazed at the breadth of meditative retreats that can pay to attend. Color me impressed. Jessica, you want to take a turn? Okay. I should run for it. Focus my mind. Mind over matter. You take off your shoes and stand at the edge of the pit, eyes closed. You breathe deeply and focus. Pain is just a sensation. I have control over my body. That's not how this works, but okay. With a final deep breath, you start walking across the coals, slowly and deliberately. Before you know it, you've made it across the pit. Wow! Are you secretly a monk? What can I say, Tisha? I'm a woman of great mystery, that later your feet will burn because of, but I digress. After Matt jogs across it, Tisha snaps a picture of all of you next to the coal pit and sends it to Markus, then turns back to the list. Alright, finally music. There's just one more activity Markus wants us to do. Let me guess. We're going to learn how to feel each other's pain via medieval torture techniques? To your surprise, Victoria giggles. Actually, this doesn't sound so bad. Markus says you need to truly bear yourselves to one another. No. So, strip poker? Close, actually. Tisha points to a cluster of smaller buildings. That hut is fully equipped steam room. He says you need to bear your bodies to one another as the first step to bearing your souls. You all shrug, laugh, and head towards the steam hut. After the hot coals, you'll do anything. Oh, I guess you have towels, so... yeah, let's just stand there naked in the middle of a desert. Inside a small anteroom has a wooden stalls for changing. You each head into one and strip down. Victoria sets the controls for this room, so it starts to fill with steam. You quickly start to feel a little loopy. Is it just me, or do you guys feel really weird? Oh, you're joining us. It is not just you. That's actually kind of par for the course for a steam room. So, we just sit here? That's Marcus's task? I think he wanted us to talk and share secrets. You know, bare our souls. Why don't I kick us off? Ask me anything. How about, what's your most regrettable hookup? Well, I'll get to sit here in the undies and talk. That is not my ideal day. Easy. Ariana Spillman. Is she related to Peter Spillman, the director? Yep, his daughter, and the single most spoiled person I've ever met. I wished I could call her driver before we even rounded second base. She kept telling me I was more down market than her usual type. We met at a movie premiere. Huh. I guess she always did have a snooty look. DJ, you started this train. Hop on board. I'm gonna say... also Ariana Spillman. Seriously? What can I say? She kept pouring such good champagne, and it was award season. Basically one long binge. Also, I kinda like snooty looking. Less when it's yelling at me for folding my shirt all wrong. It's Rodart. Needless to say, I never took far enough to find out if I'm any good at folding pants. Alright, I dished. Jessica, you're next. All my stories are probably lame compared to theirs. I should tell the truth, make something up. Tell the truth. Honestly, probably when I was a freshman and I made out with my best friend's older brother. He was super hot senior. I had a crush on him since we were maybe 12 years old. Whoa, Vixen! What can I say? Things happen when you roll a few kegs into a cornfield. What did your friend say? I may not have ever told her about it. She was pretty wasted that night too, and I figured what she doesn't know. So you're like a hookup bandit. I mean, it sounds better than the girl who totally broke friend code. Alright, Victoria's up. Most regrettable hookup. Friend code? I'm gonna go ahead and say my entire first marriage. Seriously? If only I were kidding. We actually met in a place like this. You met Will Diamaro, the rock star in a steam hut? Aren't you cute? Will Diamaro was my second husband. Wow, how many times have you been married? Just the 2? Sorry, I'm not trying to judge. It's just that I could have sworn the gossip magazine said it was a first marriage for both you and Will. See? That's your first mistake. You listen to a magazine. What? Assuming you believe anything you read in a gossip magazine. Anyway, me and my first husband, who I'll just call Man Bun, didn't actually meet in a steam hut. But we did meet on a cleanse retreat when that culminated into a visit to a sweat lodge, and he was the meditation instructor. No way. Dead serious. He had this horrible braided beard and more tribal tattoos than the Jersey Shore nightclub. I can now blame the entire marriage on extreme dehydration. How is it that no one heard about this? I have a really amazing publicist, and it was right after Palomino hit theaters. There was more than enough money to buy an annulment, which with a side order of non-disclosure. Wow, that must have been crazy. Did you not catch everything I said about him? I mean, he had a man bun and tats, and, I mean, okay. I mean, that no one ever found out. In this town, that's basically wizardry. Man, I should get your publisher's number. You seem to be doing alright on your own. Yeah, but clearly your publicist actually listens to you. Mine, on the other hand, managed to convince me to stage an entire fictional relationship. Wait, you don't mean... Oh yeah, me and Alyssa and Griffin, the entire thing was an act. But you guys dated for like years. Year and a half, actually, but I couldn't call it dating. More like an occasional photo op scheduled by our people. We'd probably still be dating now if Liberty or Death hadn't hit so big. My manager figured I should be single for a while to entice the ladies, then upgrade to a new fake relationship of his choosing. Wait, so why isn't that your most regrettable hookup? Good point. Well, it's because they technically didn't hook up. Alyssa and I never even kissed. At least, not when there weren't paparazzi around. Victoria laughs mirthlessly, and Tisha lets out a low whistle. I can't believe this stuff. You feel like you know so much about celebrities' lives. Oh, come on. Like you don't have a few real skeletons in your plaid-packed mid-western closet. Even a central casting Ingwen like you must have a dirty secret somewhere. Never have I ever stolen anything from people, especially that I care about. So I'm not even gonna go with that. I rigged the vote for Homecoming Queen. Seriously? Who cares that much about popularity contest? Some people. Have you not seen YouTube? Oh! Shit! Get them views, dab on the haters. Did it hurt with all the other farmers? Didn't like you enough? I didn't rig it so I could win. Then what happened? I was class secretary, and I had to tally up all the votes before the dance. And Brittany Larkin, she was an awful bully. She made someone cry at least once a week. Had muscles her way to winning. She blackmailed half of the class for votes. So I shredded most of the votes, printed off 100 extra ballots, and filled them with Alice Bird. And she was Brittany's favorite punching bag since we were in grade school. Seriously? Couldn't you have just said Alice won? I know this sounds silly, but homecoming was a big deal in my town. Brittany demanded a recount. The principal had to come in and go through all of the votes by hand. I don't know if she noticed that the handwriting on this half of them was very similar, but she told Brittany that my count was good. You should have seen Alice at Harvest Days Festival. Even the pig seemed to think she looked beautiful. The pig? It's just a town tradition. The homecoming queen pardons the winning pig from the county fair, and they ride a float together down the main street. And even if I was wrong, I was so glad I made that happen. Alice deserved to be that happy. Tisha puts a hand over her mouth to cover a snicker, then Matt starts to giggle. Soon they're all doubled over in laughter. It's not funny. I'm sorry, but you have to admit, it's pretty adorable. That is your darkest secret. Right? I mean, do you still have the new car smell? Bite me! I don't have any dark secrets either. They laugh again. Soon you join in. Fine, I get it. I'm straight off the farm. Just give me a few years, and I'll have a string of downward spirals and secret families and whatever else you all have out here. You all laugh again. Tisha checks the time. Wow, it's later than I thought. I'm gonna go to sleep. For once, I know Markus can't reach me. I'm gonna head out too. Those of us past our impossibly naive Ingwine days need our beauty rest. You guys can stay as long as you like. Our tents are about a quarter mile down the road. Tents? You must be kidding. Sorry guys, not to choose either. Not my choice either. But they're right near the bathrooms? We're sharing bathrooms? They had the steam room, Tisha trying to talk Victoria down about the tents. And then there were two. Although I might get out of here too. I feel like I'm about to go up in steam. Yeah, you're right. We should call it a night. Oh, come on! Could have made out in the steam room. That or take a walk with me. It's cooler now, and the night sky is really unreal in the desert. Just a walk? We're the only people for miles and miles. Really, we could do anything we want. Privately. Okay, Prince Liam. I'm serious. Oh! I love that. I love the desert look in the back. Oh, man. Alright. But I really should get some sleep. Remember, we have Diamond Editions on the channel, folks. There's a reason why we do normal for everybody's playthroughs, and then Diamonds, if you want to ever come back and see what the Diamond Editions have to offer. Sometimes I'll be random, though. After all the time in the Steam room, I'm afraid I'm pass out 2 feet down the road. Matt seems disappointed, but he nods. We wouldn't want that. Oh, that is so beautiful. Holy shit. Can we just pause and just stare at the sky? I haven't seen a sky like that ever in my life, except for pictures. He walks you back to the Thames, leading you up to yours. Sleep tight, Jessica. You too, man. I envy those out there, where away from the cities and away from things like that. I envy those people like that. You glance back over your shoulder as you push open the flap. Matt hasn't moved. He's looking at you longingly. You turn around and head back towards your tent. After all the stress of the last few days, a good night's sleep is exactly what I need. Ooh, pretty tent. Next morning, you wake up early, overheated and with a crick in your neck. Right, this is why I don't sleep on the ground more often. Still beautiful in the daylight. You push open the flap and look at the sun creeping up over the desert, dyeing the sky and stunning an array of pinks and purples. No one else seems to be up yet. Maybe because it's barely dawn. It's amazing though, isn't it? A few seconds later, though, a flap of Victoria's tent opens. She sticks her hat out and looks around furtively, then spots you staring right at her. Of course you wake up before sunrise. Do you have a routine of animal helpers too? Sorry, my tent was just so miserable. Exactly. Mine too. So I have breakfast coming from Ches Maximilian. Chaz Maximilian? But that's all the way back in LA and incredibly expensive. Trust me, it's definitely more expensive when you ask them to deliver to the freaking desert. But that's why all the production issues expense cards to their stars. But I didn't get one. They only give them to the leads. Anyway, there's only so much roughing it they can expect me to put up with. She glances around uneasily for a moment, then lets out an exhale. Would you like to join me? Seriously? She shrugs. Look, I'm not about to throw myself on an altar of Markus's brilliance, but he is a damn good filmmaker. If he thinks us bonding or whatever will improve the movie, I guess I trust him. So, do you want to, or, you know, bond? There's a chance to get closer to Victoria, take a fun break from roughing it in the desert. I like the outfit. It's not too bad. I like the quartz crystal, by the way. I really like that. I'm a huge fan of quartz. I'm dreaming for work. Really get some sleep. Didn't you just wake up from sleep? Markus made it pretty clear we're all on thin ice right now. Speak for yourself. Okay, well, so I'm on thin ice. I just don't want to do anything to upset him. Suit yourself. She shrugs and walks off towards the main road. You head back to your tent and crawl into your sleeping bag. Within seconds, you're snoring again. Wake up about an hour later with the sun steaming in through the tent flap. Someone outside is coughing loudly, clearly trying to wake you up. You look through the flap and spot Tej outside. Jessica, are you up? Come back with coffee. Don't worry, Markus ordered craft services. They're setting up at the studio already. But that means I have to go all the way back uncaffeinated. I understand the dilemma, but it has to be this way. Why? It's sort of a carrot and a stick situation? I see your point. You grab your things and start packing up. Tej stops you. Before we head out, I wanted to talk to you. Do you think the retreat was productive? Absolutely. I think Matt and I are even more synced than we were before. And I'm not saying Victoria and I are suddenly BFFLs or something. What the hell is First it was BFFL, or BFF, Now it's BFFLs. Is it gonna be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Like, one day it's gonna be 26 letters. But I think I understand her better than I did before. That was the point, right? As far as I can tell, yeah. She frowns, obviously troubled. Is there something else you wanted to talk about? Actually, yes. Markus called this morning, and well, I'm glad I caught you alone. Oh? What is it? Okay, so I'm sure you've realized by now Markus isn't the most patient person. Just spit it out. It'll be easier that way. Right. You should know tomorrow is your last chance. If you can't get the scene right, then... Are you even asking? Then you're fired. Then we'll have to find someone else for the part. This is your last chance. If you can't get the scene right, it'll be curtains for your silver screen career. Do you have what it takes to hold on to your big break, or will you become just another Hollywood never was, or never has been? Find out in the next chapter of Red Carpet Diaries. I wanna be somebody. So if y'all did enjoy the video, please feel free to hit that like and share button. Also, head down to the description below. There is a few links to social media, a few links to support me and my content. Please do so. It helps me get content out ASAP. It helps me do the diamond choices, as well as plenty of other content. If you're not able to do so, like I said, hit that like and share. And there's a link to our Discord. You can come hang out with me as well as others. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the other newest chapters. Peace.